Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out my latest video. Now, today's video is going to be talking about the upcoming matchup taking place in the UK between Carl Frampton versus Josh Warrington. Now, this is a fight that a lot of people would have said would have been a mismatch before Josh Warrington defeated Lee Selby, where he was a big underdog in that contest, and he really proved to me and a lot of people that he belongs on this stage. So I'm really excited for this styles matchup between these two fighters. So in this video, guys, I'm going to talk about both of these guys' skills, what they bring to the table, and also some keys for this fight in my opinion. Hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's first start off with Josh Warrington and what he brings to the table in this fight. Now, looking at Josh Warrington, he has a good jab. He has also good hand speed. And when you watch Warrington, defensively at times he can counterpunch. He has that high guard. And he's not always super aggressive. He is at his very best, in my opinion, when he is aggressive. However, he does have that element of backing up and throwing that right hand to counterpunch. So that's something that I think people overlook in the skill set of Josh Warrington. Now, also he works the body at times, and like I said, he's good at inside fighter too as well, and he throws very straight, accurate punches in my opinion when you look at Warrington in some of the contests I've seen him fight in. Now, moving on to Carl Frampton, what he brings to the table in this fight. Carl Frampton, very good at boxing out his back foot. He uses a lot of diversity in his game. You'll see him has an excellent jab. He'll use that right hand as well, a very powerful punch for him. His left hook is another weapon, and good body puncher as well. And Frampton, like I said, he uses some lateral movement as well, and he just has that diversity in his game that makes him a special type of fighter. And I find with Frampton, when you let him get in his range, he'll pick you apart all day long. So that's going to be a key for Josh Warrington in this fight. Now, when I look at some advantages of this matchup, guys, and I look at both of these guys, some advantages that I think Carl Frampton would have over Josh Warrington in this matchup. I think physically he's the stronger fighter of the two. I also think he has fought the better competition in his career. Guys like Kiko Martinez, you got Leo Santa Cruz twice. You got a lot of different fighters that Carl Frampton has fought in his career that are in the upper echelon of those weight classes. Also, I believe that Carl Frampton is the better power puncher of the two fighters. And I also believe that he has more diversity in his performance that he can bring out rather than Josh Warrington, in my opinion. What I mean by that is he has more punches as an arsenal that he uses. I also think he boxes better off his back foot as well. And even, for example, another advantage I give Carl Frampton in this matchup, I think he has a better jab of the two fighters as well. Now, Josh Warrington, however, does have some advantages in this fight, in my opinion. Josh Warrington, I believe, has the better conditioning of the two fighters. Also, he has a higher work rate of the two fighters, so that also is a big thing in a close fight potentially between these two, is that activity level of Josh Warrington is going to score him some points in this matchup as well. Also, you look at Warrington in this matchup, he's going to be fighting at home, so very familiar setting for him. Nothing changes. He's got his team around him. He's got these crazy fans backing him. And also of the two fighters, I believe that he throws the straighter punches of both of these fighters. So picking a winner and some keys to this fight, guys. So let's first start off with the keys to this matchup. So I think for Carl Frampton, keys for him in this fight, he needs to use lateral movement, stay off the ropes, and also work the body early and establish that jab to keep the aggressiveness of Josh Warrington at bay. Now, for Josh Warrington, some keys, in my opinion, in this matchup for him, I think he's going to need to break up some of the rhythm of Carl Frampton's offensive maneuvers. So what I mean by that is sometimes you'll see Frampton, he'll throw a jab, then throw that right hand, and then he'll go to the body with his couple shots. So basically he's throwing combinations. What I think Warrington has to do is disrupt those combinations that Carl Frampton likes to throw and get him out of that rhythm. I also believe that he needs to back up Carl Frampton on the ropes or in positions where he can't use his lateral movement effectively and mix up his attacks. So what I thought he did good with Lee Selby, for example, was at times you would see that occasional counter punch from Warrington to kind of keep Selby off his game and kind of give him a different look of styles. So those are some keys, I believe, in my opinion, in this fight. Ultimately, guys, I'm going to have to take Carl Frampton by decision in this matchup. I just think he has the competition. He's got the experience. He's a bigger puncher of the two. And also, He's good at fighting guys who can be aggressive because a lot of people seem to forget, right? They're going to say, well, Leo Santa Cruz beat him and he's an aggressive fighter. We got to remember that Leo Santa Cruz had a massive reach advantage and he throws more than Warrington, for example. But in looking at this fight, I could see how you could pick Warrington in this matchup because Carl Frampton tends to fade at times late, and Josh Warrington is going to be there throughout this whole fight, throwing every single round. I think, though, Frampton has enough tools in his arsenal, in my opinion, with the diversity in his offense and defense, counter punching, experience, and I think, yeah, the power punching as well. So I'm going with Carl Frampton to win a decision in this fight, unanimous decision, in my opinion. It's going to be very interesting because Frampton really has to conserve that energy, make sure he's available for the late rounds because Josh Warrington's going to be coming. Wouldn't shock me if Warrington pulled an upset in this fight due to his style. That's what's going to make this a very interesting fight and a very, I would say, overlooked fight in my opinion in North America. So I hope you guys enjoy this fight, guys. Let me know what you guys think on the video, who you guys got winning this fight. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.